a little bit behind the scenes, if you can see through the dirty window. And look, it stopped raining. It stopped raining. I'm Mark Richardson. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for coming back. We'll start it quick. If you remember at the very end of the last video, I said I was in the yard and I was looking at something new. And I didn't show you, said you would have to wait until this video. So we'll get the drone up, see if you can spot it. There we go, new wagon. I'm no wagon expert, but it's a 560 double drive, but the back axle also lifts up, so what do you call that, a tag? I don't know. I'm no wagon expert. Yeah, so anyways, that's him away. So dropped off here at the new site. We are going to be doing a new road. It's a floating road as well. I've got hiccups. I think it's 900 metres. I'm not actually meeting the client until tomorrow. He couldn't make it today, he's coming tomorrow. So today, I'm just going to be having a little bit tidy up in the quarry. Yeah, it does look kind of quite hard, doesn't it? So we'll get the rotor tilt took off and have a bit bash about. There will be, when we come to start laying the road, there'll be another 20 tonner coming in the quarry. I think he's sending the tipper wagon and a tractor and dump trailer, or it'll be 2 tractors and dump trailers. And then also, because it is a floating road, so we won't be digging anything off. It goes up a ride, which is just the gap in between the trees. So the plan is, go along, we're going to cut off all of the branches, put all of them on top of the existing ground, and then we'll put a little bit of stone on, roll some terrain out, and then we'll build the road on top of that. So that's the plan, but I'll show you that when we get up into there. So that's that, but for today, let's have a bit tidy up in this quarry. I'll just tidy this bit up here so you can a bit flatter and a bit smoother for when you come to turn around. Right, jump back in here because it's a bit nippy, yeah, a bit nippy today. Things are starting to thaw out after that hard frost from last week, but it's still a bitterly cold wind here. Right, let's bash on. Right, just before we get too far, I've just been cleaning the windows on the digger because they were very salty after coming up the motorway. Very kindly, I was sent a Christmas card with some stickers in off Alex, who is known as Still Got All of My Fingers. He's on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, so you should go and give him a follow. He's a grand lad. He's a low loader driver for Fox Plant Hire down in Leyland, I think they're based off, so kind of like the northwest. Shifts a lot of big gear, a lot of crushers, a lot of dozers, and he tells you how a lot of stuff is. So if you want to get into driving wagons and that, he's very informative of telling you how to change stuff down and how things should be properly loaded and stuff like that. He's a proper decent man. So thank you very much for the stickers, Alex, and we'll stick it up here with the rest of them. Hopefully you can see. There we go. In with the collection, look. Thank you very much. And if you do watch Alex's videos, you'll also see one of them stickers on the back of his toolbox. So I sent Alex one of them, was it last year sometime? Yeah, so it's on the back of his wagon. So go and give him a follow and leave a comment to say that I've sent you. Cheers. I haven't done any recording today, well, apart from digger driving this one. All I've been doing is just ripping some rock. So it's coming out alright. There is quite hard bits in it, but it's what I would call volcanic rock. It's quite, where the camera will pick it up, it's quite gritty and it breaks up and there is crumbly bits in amongst it, but also in amongst the rock face there's like seams of really hard stuff that doesn't really break up, and when it does break off, it breaks off in like slithers, which is really sharp. So this here is stuff, the crumbly stuff. This here there is real dense. Let's try and get down here without falling over. It's like a real dense solid rock, and it just does not want to break. So, but there is a little trick to get it to try and break up, but it will never go to like proper road lane stuff. So it's always just something that's going to get buried. You pick a big bit up and just drop it. Try and drop it on another big bit. See some of this is going to get kept for rock arm around the culverts, but you pick up one of the big bits and just drop it on another big bit on the floor. Sometimes it does explode. Sometimes once you've thrown it 2 or 3 times on it, it's just, yeah, leave that one. But yeah, it's not looking so bad. In fact, it looks like there's not much there, but I've ripped out all of the bottom, and then it was kind of getting quite hard, so I've gone up onto the top and I've been ripping all of that and then just throwing it this way. But that's it for today. One time. Right, it's Wednesday and we are down at Birmingham at the NEC at LAMMA, which is right, as this is the end of the little bit at LAMMA. I just want to say thanks to Alan Rose for bringing me down, and to Merlot's hospitality, give me drinks. I need to go and get a new bottle. Yeah, back home tonight, 3.5 to 4 hour drive home, and then back to work in the morning. So we'll catch you in the morning. A little bit behind the scenes, if you can see through the dirty window. Got a little new attachment there. I've got it from the attachment company, so we've got Laura and Gary out here doing a couple of promotional shots. So Davey was using it yesterday while I was at LAMMA, and then I'm just on the roadside at the moment because it's just got a little bit wet up there. So we've just got a couple of trees down on the roadside so that I can get a couple of pictures and videos. And aye. So taking a few shots. Well, Jensen here. Should I clean the digger window? It's looking a bit mucky. Yeah, so if you go onto YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, it's The Attachment Company. You just go and give them a follow and a watch. Right, we'll just have a little recap of what's happening, because I've normally got it in my head at how I'm making the video, but I feel like I've jumped a few steps in my head, so we'll see how it goes. Right, so it is Thursday. I was at LAMMA yesterday. The lad come on there. We've bought a tree saw for the 7-tonner to cut the branches off. So there's a lad come on that yesterday to go and do that. This morning, Attachment Company come out just to do some promotional shots with it. But because the ground was a bit too wet further up, and I didn't want to risk breaking the surface because we're putting a floating road in. So when they come, we just did some on the roadside. So now Davey, who was here to drive this, is now away to go and do something else. So it's parked up. I'm still on the 210, ripping rock out, ready for next week, because I think as from Monday we are going to start laying the floating road. Little Jensen's just over there having a pish. So the tree saw that we got, and you just had a quick glimpse of it. So it's the Slanetrac HS75. Just a big circular disc. I should have measured that before I started talking, but I haven't. There we go, that's how big it is. Size 11 boot. So yeah, I will get some videos of it. So I was hoping to get a couple of videos for it now, but I didn't realise Davey was going to come and drive the digger yesterday. So, but we have, when we get past this soft spot and we start using it again, I will get some videos of it in action. Yeah. So hopefully that's just a little caught up with what's happening. Right, so I've just had dinner. We'll go back up on top of there and start ripping some more rock out. So one little thing about ripping rock is you do rattle around a lot. So Jensen's not in the cab, he's left in the car because he does bounce around. Boots move, carpet moves, things rattle off. This was on the floor and I was like, what the hell is that off? Oh yeah, it's my dead man lever. The screws obviously rattled out and the levers fell off. So I was wondering, oh, where's the little screw gone? And luckily, it has gone and fallen down there next to my emergency knock-off button. Aye, never mind. We'll keep ripping and I'll screw that back on at coffee time. Hazards of the problems of ripping rock. Things rattle around. Here we go. Just screwed back on. Job done. Right, we're back, and what I mean by that is it's now Wednesday, I've been full of cold. I probably still sound a little bit bunged up, which I am a little bit, but a lot better than I was Monday, Tuesday. I'll just get back in diggers and to get a little bit windy. I tried doing a bit of recording there Monday and Tuesday. Even the wife said I looked very rough. So I thought, nobody needs to see that. Nobody needs to see that. So I did a little bit of recording out of the digger, but anything talking, that has since been deleted. Right, so we are on with putting this road in. So you'll have seen earlier in the video ripping out all that rock. We're now putting the road in. I'm on the little 7-tonner, just laying it in. I think it's the only spare digger we've got at the moment, so that's why we're doing it with this. My digger is still in the quarry. Dylan's back off his holiday and is on that loading the dump trailers. We've got 2 tractors and dump trailers. In fact, there's one just coming up the hill now. Yeah, so we've got 2 tractors and dump trailers leaving stone. So it is a floating road. If you've never seen one of these put in before, so all the brush that has been cut off the trees goes into the middle of the road. We'll then put out some terram over it. Just put a culvert in here as well. That stops the peat coming up into the road. Then we'll put a layer of stone on top of this, maybe say a foot or so. And then we roll out this geogrid, which is just a heavy duty mesh, plastic mesh. And that helps stop the road breaking apart. And then we put another foot of stone on top of that, and that's it. And it is holding up grand. So there's little Jensen looking frozen because I've got the digger door open. Why are you looking so cut? Look at him, he's shivering. What are you shivering for? Yeah, so that's it really. So the only problem with having such a small digger is I have to haymake all the stone. So dumper tips behind me, I'll then to pick it up, put it on top of the terram, and then roll out the geogrid, and then I can doze the rest of it out. So there is a lot of haymaking, so you're constantly spinning around. But yeah, we'll bash on. Right, so I've got these branches to cut off here. I'm wanting to keep them in a hole so I can put them underneath the road. So I've quickly put on the new tree saw that we've got. Slanetrac HS75 from the attachment company, which isn't actually too far away from where we're at. So yeah, right, I'll try and get the GoPro set up. It is pouring down, so I'll try and get it set up so it doesn't get raindrops on the camera, on the lens. But we'll see how that goes, because it is bleak today. Right, so I've just took the saw off. It's just a bit flat out because we're not that far from the quarry. As soon as I turn around, there's another trailer sitting here. So hopefully there wasn't too many raindrops on that cutting of the branches video. Once I get further up the road, a bit further away from the quarry, it'd be a bit more breathing space. But at the moment, it's just kind of a bit manic. So I've got the bucket back on, knocked the branches off. I'll now pick the branches up when I get up there, and then now go in that bit of open ground up there as well. And also another little thing. Oh no, it has worked. Oh, it is working. I was about to say my wiper blade isn't working, but it's not. Oh, there, it's stopped again. Oh, there we go. No. Yeah, draining, wiper blade's not working as well. Oh, I'm having a day of it. I'm having a day of it. Right, we've come in this morning before the tractors and everything start running, just to try and get a bit of tree cutting done. Because say when I do put the tree cutter on through the day, then the dump trailers have to sit and park up. So it's always bashed into me ever since I used to do quite a bit of muck shifting. Keep the trucks running, keep the trucks running. So it's still in my head now, keep them trailers running all the time. All the little bits of stuff that go along with putting the road in, like just tidying little bits up on the edges. You can do that later when the trailers aren't there. You can tidy up in between. Yeah, but you really struggle because we're not far from the quarry at all. So these two trailers are keeping me going today this week. So I've come in this morning. I've already been in about an hour. I haven't done any cutting yet. I've just been carrying some pipes and to and everything back up the hill because everything was all sitting down the bottom. So I've just put the saw on, and we'll go up and cut some more branches off this morning and see how we get on. I was hoping that I've got the drone with me. I was hoping to stick that up, but it's raining again, so that's not going to happen. I've looked back on the bit of footage from the saw yesterday. It didn't take long for raindrops to hit the camera lens, so I'll try and set it up somewhere a bit different and get a bit different view and try and keep the rain off the camera lens. What a carry on this rain is for trying to record a YouTube video, eh? It's a headache. Right, let's bash on. Well, it's going well. Well, it's going well. Yeah, so I've come off the road and I've gone into the soft. I don't know whether you can see because it's still dark. But I've done a lot of these trees up the ride, but I've come to a ditch here. And I did try to cross it because there does seem to be some logs here where quad bikes used to go across, but yeah, Digger's a lot wider and my tracks wanting to go in there, and that just looks very soft. And the issue we've got it at the moment, you can't use that to like walk yourself across because I just don't think it's strong enough. Really, it could do with like a leg coming out of there, so you can walk yourself along, put it down on the ground and lift yourself up. So we'll just not risk it. We'll we'll wait until we get the road stoned up here, put this culvert in, and then got on that side. The other side, it's not that bad. I could probably still carry on laying the stone up there while the branches are on, and then just cut the branches off when the road's in. But this was quite thick here, so I'm glad I've got this bit done. Yeah, right, we'll jump back in the digger, takes off the saw, and then we'll come back in with the bucket and just square the brush up underneath. And by the time that happens, it should be daylight and the dump trailer should be here. Hey, Genty boy. Oh, that's on. Shut the door, it's cold. Right. Daylight now, we can see a little bit more. So these are the trees here you want to cut. Where we at? That's that culvert in there that I was just on about. I cut all of these trees here, just bottom side of the digger, because I squeezed past the road with the road yesterday, and I've come in and dropped all of them. So yeah, there's a load of stone coming up the hill. Yeah, so not so bad. And look, it stopped raining. I might be able to get the drone up and keep it down in the trees, because it does look a bit too windy to go up above the trees. The trees are moving around a bit, so don't really want to lose control of the thing. This is the first dry day we've had all week, son, isn't it? How's your eye? Are you going to show everybody your eye? It's looking a bit gunky there, isn't it? Open your eye. Come here. Oh, there we go. So it is still very cloudy. I wasn't hurting you, son, don't worry. So it's still very cloudy. Whether it'll ever fully heal, we're not 100% sure. But say we've now stopped giving him the drops. We've got some eye lube to just, in case his eye starts to look a bit dry, just to give him that. But I don't think he's ever had a problem. So we are back in at the vets tomorrow. Again, it's every week at the moment, just for another little visual check, and I think that will probably be the last checkup for a while. Maybe book another one for a month's time or whatever. But no, it's looking good. Just hope he doesn't go and do it again. Hopefully. Right. Here's my tractor. I'll get him tipped. Right, so it's just a little tip. I've just nipped back down the track to pick up a couple of pipes. If you have got a blade on your digger, just rest your bucket on the blade. Just stops the pipes jiggling around. Because look, if I move the bucket away from the blade, you go down, so look, already they're starting to jiggle around and want to move. If you just come in, rest your bucket on the blade. There we go. No jiggling around. Little tip there for you. Right, I'm going to end the video here because I feel like it's about to rain. It's just all of a sudden got a little bit dark. Plus, it's nearly at the end of the day anyways. Yeah, but before I do go, I was going to say, which there's one thing about this road that I can't pick up on camera. Because it is a floating road, as the tractors are reversing up the hill, the whole digger, you can just feel it wobble. It's like you're at sea. And then when he gets here and he stops, you feel a little wave. And then as he tips up and as the big stones hit the road, you can feel the whole thing moving. And they're saying the tractor as well. If they're sitting there waiting while I'm dozing everything up, they're just swaying around in the tractor. So the whole thing does move. So yeah, I do like putting floating roads in. It's somewhat different. You have to think a little bit more, and there's a lot more going on, and yeah, I do enjoy it. But anyways, we're going to finish the video here. Hope you've enjoyed it. Yeah. So if you can please like, comment and subscribe, and thank you very much to everybody who does comment. I do appreciate it, and thank you very much. And from me and little Jensen, who's looking cold again because the door's open. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.